Blue Collar Fitness.
What is blue collar?
Blue collar is a mindset and attitude, and it's work that you can be proud of.
I'm Trevor Powers.
I'm Connor Burton.
And I'm Josh Sargent.
Whether you go to the gym,
Work at the gym,
Own the gym.
or if you're just a creeper pretending to do curls watching girls on the elliptical,
this podcast is for you.
even you. And welcome to another episode of Blue Collar Fitness.
Blue Collar Fitness.
We're in it today. Here we
This
are.
is Blue Collar.
Here we are.
Wait, how you guys feel about gyms opening up?
Ah, dude, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited too.
I'm
Monday.
super excited.
I gotta notice that mine's gonna open up.
My first client, 5 a.m. Monday morning. Let's go.
Oh, you guys open up Monday?
Yep.
Oh, you lucky bastard.
Yep.
Yeah.
Start making money Monday.
Money.
So what does that mean? Are you
Monday.
going to be waking up at 3:30?
I don't think I want to ever go back to that again. I think I'm going to do the 4 a.m. wake up from now on. And any client that wants to train before 5, I'm going to tell them to go take a hike. So,
Go someplace else.
No
I guess
thanks.
personally, so Connor says 3:30, and you're like, no, I don't want to. I'm never again, never. And then you go, I'm going to do 4 a.m. It's a freaking half an hour.
hey, Dave, the difference between 3:30 and 4 a.m. might as well be 6 hours. Really?
It's monumental.
Actually, I definitely agree with that.
Really?
Yeah, that early, it's like that extra
Okay.
30 minutes, it feels like a fucking lot.
Okay, guys, let's take a poll. Who's woken up at 3:30 in the last week? I'm not raising my hand.
I have.
What?
I've been up at 4 twice this week, but I'm old.
You guys are way ahead of me.
Yeah.
Okay.
The earliest I've gotten up in the last week has been 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
I wake up at 4 a.m. still every morning, and then I go back to sleep until 7.
That's
I take a nap. That's what Yada says. Yada's
So-
like, I take a nap, and I'm like, you woke up and went to a different. She usually wakes up and then goes to the couch. I'm like, you just moved. You sleptwalked. That's all you did.
Right.
Count it.
I thought my body would adapt to COVID time, and I would just sleep in. But no, I still wake up at 4 a.m. Boom. And then I make myself go to sleep until 7.
You're going to oversleep on Monday, and we're going to laugh.
Talk about progressive adaptation. So, Josh,
You guys won't be here. You guys aren't going to wake up until like 6, I bet.
we will be in bed, but what time will you be in bed? Because, like, don't you want to go to bed at, like, 8 o'clock at the latest?
Usually I'm in bed by 8:45, 9:15.
Dang.
Do you try to, like, wear blue blocker glasses or just turn your electronics off? Because for me, that's tough.
Yeah, so I usually get home around 7:30, 7:45 after the gym, and then I just throw my blue light blocking glasses on
You still wear those?
every night before bed.
Every
Yep.
night. Oh, yeah.
And then I'll eat something and pass out.
I love how Connor always unplugs at night, but it's like I always want him at a certain time at night, and I know he's unplugged, so I don't bother.
Butt plug.
I know I got to wait till in the morning.
Oh, you text him, you're like,
Yeah.
wait a second.
Yeah, he always turns his damn phone off because it
Dave,
unplugs.
I'm awake. I'm awake.
Trevor's always
No,
awake.
you're woke, bro. Hashtag woke. Anyhow, Dave. So, Dave, I'm sorry about that. Actually, I had to unplug to get that restful sleep, but a couple days ago, Josh was like, "Are you up for a workout in the morning?" At like 10 o'clock, and I didn't respond until like 7 in the morning. So I do got to work on that, but unplugging has its value. Like,
You don't need to work on that. I respect it.
Yeah.
How do your
We all know
clients
it. We know we gotta.
Yeah,
we
how do your
gotta
clients
reach
feel
before
about
8
that?
o'clock.
How do your clients feel about texting you the night before they're not going to make it, and then like, or that
That's
they need
fair.
to change or
That's
whatever?
a very fair.
Like, how do you deal with that? How do your clients like not getting response at night?
well, they do get response.
So how do they get a response if you're unplugged?
What do you mean by unplugged?
Like if your client texts you like, hey, like my kid's really sick, and it's like 10 p.m. but you're already unplugged.
You guys are misunderstanding that. Like in the past, I have turned my phone off, which is a large mistake if you're a personal trainer because
Okay.
we do work around, like there's no time off because you got to be communicative with your clients. And now I've learned my lesson.
Words, making up words.
Words
How do you say in English? No, words are easy.
My
Communicating.
So now
skills.
my phone's off, but I just put it in the farthest. What are you laughing at, Dave? Farthest part.
We're laughing at you, Connor.
Right, the farthest part of my bedroom. But don't turn your phone off. Like I just leave it on, and then if it goes off and it's a client, I respond. So
You want thing I've thought about doing is getting an Apple Watch, and then you just leave your phone like away from you at night. But then if you get a notification and you see that's a client, you could like.
Yeah, or if it's
Or
someone.
you could just tell your clients, if you need to cancel. I'll get it at 6 a.m. I mean, you're just because you're a personal trainer, personally, I feel your clients need to respect your time, and you should not be working until midnight every night because you do get up at 5 a.m. So if you
Yeah.
That's tough. That's tough.
I don't think it's tough.
It's probably good for your mental health.
Yeah, because that's the thing is,
Yeah.
I mean, I've known personal trainers that work 6 a.m. to 11, and then they burn out after a year or two. Okay, you got to take care of yourself. You have to do self-care. In order to make other people strong, you have to be strong. So you do need that personal time. You need to do that downtime. One thing you need to remember is, as a personal trainer, you have to be a different person with each client. You're a therapist. You're a cheerleader. You know, you do all these things, so you have to be a different person. So that takes a lot out of you. If you don't have time to recharge, and you don't have time to do the things that you want to do to make things great, you're not going to last long in this industry.
I think that's a great takeaway, Dave. I think one of the things that COVID has made me realize is that I need to be more selective with my time and the times that I allow people to train. Being at the gym 16 hours a day is not healthy.
Yeah, your schedule used to be so spread out,
Yeah,
and
you have
it would.
2-3 hour breaks.
Dude,
You
Nolan
just
and
sleep
I,
in the
we would
car.
just like, you'd get home and you'd just be like a zombie.
I do 16 sessions a day,
That's wild.
That's a lot.
5 days a week, and then go do 3 to 6 on Saturday.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You can make a lot of money that way.
Yeah.
You can make those big bucks, and for sure,
You
like,
save it
yeah.
because you can't spend it because you're working all the time.
Exactly.
This is good. This is good. So
Sunday, all I would do is sleep in, eat a bunch of food, and then go sit in the hot tub for like 3 hours.
And when you lived with us, all you would do is order shit on Amazon, and then it'd just come. It'd come like in the middle of the week, and you'd be like, "Hey, I'm getting a package today. What do you grab it?" So
Right.
you just like what you do on your Sundays. You just like sit around and like order shit.
That's
add to cart, click. Add to cart,
all the
click.
money that I made on the other 6
Yeah,
days when
dude,
I had no
I
time.
feel like we had a package come like every other day for you.
I mean, I never went to the store. I didn't have time to go to the store.
That's true. That's
I mean,
true.
if you're up at 3:30 and you're at the gym by 4 or 4:30, and you leave the gym at 7:30 or 8,
Yeah, yeah. It's funny though because like he ordered like blue blocking glasses. He ordered like all these different things, and Nolan and I are like, "Oh shit, I kind of want to try that out."
right.
You know, one thing about Josh though is he gets up at 3:30, he gets to the gym. He has the same smile on his face at 5 a.m., at noon, at 5 p.m., and at 8 p.m. all throughout the day.
well, you know where I learned that?
Where?
Cheerleading.
Really? Yep. It seems very real and very caring and very incredible.
You
Is
have
it genuine?
It's not real at
fake
all.
it till
Is it genuine?
You make it.
Well, I
Yes,
just lost a
yes.
shit ton of respect for you. That's what I was about to say. You're
Wait, so
brilliant.
you don't like
okay,
me?
okay, so like we had to. Okay, so I worked nights in college, and I would many times do like a Friday night basketball game, like stunt at it, and then I would have there would be like a Saturday football game the next day, and then after the football game, I would have like a basically release from work for the football game because everybody was Beaver fans. It was great. And then I would get done with the football game at 10:30 or 11 at night. I would be at work by midnight, and then I would work a 6-hour shift from midnight to 6 a.m. And then I
Or
would
we'd
go
be
do
hanging out, and he'd call in. Yeah, I don't really want to go in tonight. And then we start drinking.
I would get like 5 call-ins a year, so
You definitely use more than that sometimes.
the last year I did because I knew I was quitting anyways, so I used 8, and they were like, "Dude, if you do this again, we have to fire you." HR has told me to fire you 3 times.
Oh,
I had been
so
there.
funny.
I had been there for like 6 years before college and then during college. So then, yeah, going back. So then I had done a game Friday night, and then I had worked, and then we'd done like a football game, which is an all-day event Saturday. And you're exhausted. And then I would go and load trucks for 6 hours, and then on Sunday morning I have to go do another basketball game, which means I slept like 3 hours between 7 and maybe 10 in the morning, and then you're there by noon. And then I'd go back and work a 12-hour shift at night, and then have to be at class Monday morning. And then I would go back to work Monday night for 12 hours from like 5:30 p.m. to 6 a.m., 30-minute lunch, a 12-hour shift. And then, class again on Tuesday. You got practice Tuesday night. Bro. And guess what? You gotta keep that smile on your face.
We're all shaking our heads right now.
You gotta muster that enthusiasm. Like, how do you do that?
Dude,
it's crazy.
Like,
I did not sleep.
I know.
He would show up.
Pick up dog shit in the backyard on a Saturday.
Dude, he would show up to some things and he would just be a zombie. But he was there. But he's fucking there. And I was like, dude, how are you doing this?
Yeah.
How
Like,
much pre-workout did you take?
Always a
You
big
blow
smile
my
on his
mind,
face,
man.
always.
Did you take
Dude,
pre-workout
and he's
for?
not even on drugs. I was like, what the hell? This guy doesn't even do drugs. I was like, majority of people that have his
scoops of
schedule.
pre-workout.
Yeah, majority of people
Straight
that
to the
have his
dome.
schedule, they're like addicted to coke in fucking
I know.
college.
Adderall.
Yeah, or Adderall, and he didn't do any of that. I'm like, dude, how are you awake?
A gram of caffeine a day, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. A lot of caffeine.
1,000 milligrams of caffeine a day, sometimes 1,500.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful with that
but
powdered caffeine.
I respected it like big time because he was.
He's
Dude,
got an incredible work ethic.
He is
if you
the
are-
hardest
if you are
worker
a client of
still.
Jeff Sargent, you are a very blessed person.
I
Yeah.
would not change it, though, because I got to have money in college. I also got a bunch of my college paid for because of that job because they did tuition reimbursement. I got to do cheer, which is awesome. You get to travel around the country. And I also got a great education. So, like, what do you take away from that?
Mm-hmm.
What do you subtract? You could quit the job and then you're super poor and you're going into tons of debt. So screw that.
And the friends you made through cheer are people who are still very big in your life.
Absolutely.
Some of your best friends.
Yeah, man, you made some loyal friends and good connections. Like, yeah. Plus, you could have been studying more, so
They're all
less
kinda weird,
less
though.
time to study.
They're all kind of weird.
Yeah, all
Now
kind
I'm
of
going
weird.
to go back to college and hopefully have get that graduate degree, and hopefully I have a better work life schedule than I did back then.
Well,
so.
and that's what we were talking about earlier. It's like, as a personal trainer, you're going to burn out quick if you don't block out hours for your personal time.
Mm-hmm.
So, Connor, you turning your phone off at night, as long as you tell all your clients that you do that, any message that comes after 8 p.m., sir, I will respond the next morning. That's all you got to say to them. And there is nothing unhealthy. There's nothing unprofessional about that at all.
Yeah.
Well, it's professional, like you just said, Dave. Like, you're letting your clients know ahead of time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be having personal time
Yeah.
from whatever time it is at night until this time in the morning, so that you can be rested and not make the mistake that a lot of us did and Josh did in college and work during the night. Miss your sleep. Granted, we were 20, 21, 22. Now we're a little bit older. We can't do that as much. It's gonna really make you perform poorly as a personal trainer in the future.
Old man, 27-year-old
Yeah,
you.
you definitely need sleep. You definitely need sleep.
Sleep
I was
is anabolic.
Did you guys listen to that Joe Rogan podcast? The one where he's talking to the doctor. He always has her on there.
I remember.
Oh, Rhonda Patrick.
Rhonda Patrick.
The,
She's good.
The last
She's good.
one. The last one that they had. She
Yeah.
was talking about how
Yeah.
important sleep is for like your immune system and stuff like that. And she was breaking down like why COVID-19 may be affecting like minorities in our country like more than white people. It's because white people typically live in less lighting, so they absorb a lot more vitamin D. Whereas
you mean like our skin's lighter, so
yeah,
we have
we absorb that sunlight a lot better.
right, because they were linking basically vitamin D deficiency with COVID-19.
Yeah, and I mean there may not be a correlation because correlation doesn't equal causation, but that was a
Worth
wild
a shot.
talk.
Take your vitamin D. I took 5,000
Yeah.
IUs today. Just
5,000
like I do every day.
IUs. Yeah.
Is that what you take, really? I take 2,000.
That's quite a bit.
Should I up it up to 5?
Yeah, you need to up it up,
Up it.
Okay, especially here in Oakland.
especially since you're a
Old?
big old man.
Wow,
Dave.
so he just called me a fat old man, people, and he's a personal trainer.
Dave is tall as shit. Have you seen?
Those delts.
He's a big
If
guy.
any
He's a
of
big
you
guy.
guys have seen Dave, Dave is tall. Dave is fucking tall.
He's got some tree trunk legs. Some those aren't calves, those are cows.
Those deltoids should have their own area code and its own Instagram page.
So going back to sleep, I've been using a sleep app called Whoop. It's a Whoop strap.
What's it called?
And Whoop, WHOOP.
Okay.
I wish we were sponsored. That'd be fantastic. But
Maybe eventually.
maybe.
Shout out Whoop.
So we're shouting out Whoop right now without a sponsor because they're so awesome. But yeah, I need to make sure that I sleep efficiently, and basically this goes off of a lot of different biomarkers, but the main thing that it tracks is your heart rate variability, your resting heart rate, and then your sleep and time. So the amount of time that you sleep.
Yeah.
So you can track that. So basically, it's like a sleep coach too. So it'll track your strain on your heart based on how many beats it's taken and how much strain it's taken, and can calculate how much sleep you need based on that, as well as your heart rate variability.
That's
and
wild.
Also, how much sleep you got the night before, the night before that, and the night before that. So right now, I am at a 75% sleep score. I really don't sleep more than 7 hours. It wants me to sleep like 9.5 hours, but after 7 hours, I wake up and I can't go back to sleep. But 7 to 8 hours is my sweet spot. I think it's a great tool, because if you're not sleeping well, you're leaving huge amounts of performance on the table.
Mm-hmm. Your recovery is trash.
Right. And sometimes, I'm not the type of person that needs, 10, 12 hours of sleep every night. It's not me. You might be that person. You might need to figure out how to fit 10 hours of sleep every night into your schedule. My body, 6 hours, it's okay. It'll show a score of, basically show that I'm okay to operate on 6 hours. It's just fine. I'll have like a 70% recovery. And if I get 7 hours, I'm at around 80%. 8 hours, I'm in the 95, 100% recovery range. So I know that I'm a decently efficient sleeper. 6 hours a night, I'll be okay. If I want to really push the training in the gym, then I'm going to need more like 7 or 8 hours. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of tools
Especially
like
after,
that.
like
And
a good leg day.
And it says you need a whoop strap.
Right.
What is that?
Yeah, so it's a whoop strap. It's just this guy right here. It doesn't have a
okay.
screen or anything.
Oh, I thought that was a Fitbit.
No, it's not a Fitbit.
Oh, okay.
I definitely like Whoop better, because basically you have more biomarkers and it's a little bit more accurate. It's the only wearable on the wrist that's as accurate as a chest strap.
Oh, sweet.
So you don't have to wear a chest
Wow.
strap, and you get the same accuracy in data collection.
Way less invasive.
Right. A chest strap would suck to wear all the time.
Yeah, it's very uncomfortable.
Yeah. And, if you have an Apple Watch, you can do the same thing.
Okay.
Just be a little bit less, or Fitbit, to just be a little bit less accurate.
Yeah, I've got an Apple Watch that somebody gave. Chris bought it for me when I got arrhythmia.
Yeah, there's multiple apps you can use with the Apple Watch too. So,
That's awesome.
you guys have any?
So you can check your heart rate and everything, but what would be a good way to determine if you were, like you mentioned, Josh, like some people do need 10 to 12 hours of sleep. How do you figure that out? Because I think for me, I would just go to bed, when the sun would go down, and then wake up, not to alarm, just wake up naturally. For me, that's how I find out how much sleep I need.
You go off your suprachiasmatic nerve, like biological rhythms. It's the sunrise and the sunset. Yeah, that would be awesome. But we live in a world of artificial light.
Yeah.
And that's gonna just throw that rhythm
Yep.
off. Basically, that I've used it now with probably 10 of my clients. They love it. I think it's like $20 or $30 a month, and they send you everything, and you wear it. And they've been using it with great success. It's a great coach, and it's also great because sometimes when it says my day strain or my recovery is super low, I'll be like, screw that, I'm going to train hard today anyways.
Oof.
And because I feel great, I'll take some caffeine and push through, and then I'll end up hurting myself, or it's a really cruddy workout and I just give up. And then other times I'll wake up and I'll be like, oh man, I feel like crap today, I'm not going to train. And I'll look at my recovery score and it's like 80%, and I'm like, okay, get your fat ass to the gym. And then I have a fantastic workout. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
you as an athlete, depending on how sensitive you are to pushing through, sometimes you have no business pushing. You have no business being in the gym. If you've had a lot of psychological stress, or just stress from work or stress from relationships, and you didn't sleep well, maybe you're fighting off a cold or something. I definitely have felt this app actually has a COVID test on it, so it can basically pick up with quite a bit of accuracy if you have COVID-19 because of the
chest tightness
the
and
chest,
breathing.
the chest tightness and the breathing, right? So,
Well,
which is
Wow.
I think it's the first wearable that has anything like that. So,
I wonder how accurate that is. I wonder, what have you read anything about that? Because
Yeah.
I feel like that's something that a lot of people maybe are going to have a lot of pushback against.
Yeah, pull that up on the.
People like to push back against everything.
Yeah, they
screen
do.
there,
Anything
Dave.
that's somewhat progressive, there's pushback.
Fact check me with Whoop, WHOOP, and COVID-19 test.
And then for people who have an iPhone and you don't have a Whoop strap at the moment, I see my phone right here, and before I just go to the homepage and I swipe up, and you can click on the moon icon, and then press that. Then it goes to a darker screen so that there's less blue light coming into your eyes, so you can use that at night.
Mine's on night shift almost all the time.
Night shift, there you go.
My computer's on night
It
shift.
takes your resting heart rate, your heart rate variability, and your respiratory rate. And if the red flag's over those 3 categories, the Whoop app identifies that maybe you should get tested or something.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
So it just recommends that if you're doing this.
Oh, so it's
then-
more of a recommendation. It's like, oh, you're like potential.
tested.
You're
Yeah,
potential.
potential. Yeah, talk
right.
to your doctor.
Oh, okay, that makes
And it
sense.
seems-
which is kind of cool.
It
Yeah.
has some pretty high accuracy, it seems like. So.
Yeah, it's all.
That
on the
makes
site.
sense though, because it is something that attacks the respiratory system
So
and.
Josh, we are
and the-
fact checked. 100%. You are right.
Bam! Let's go!
Uh-oh. What? Let me hear that again. So Whoop strap, you can use night shift on your phone. What do you guys like to do in terms of your favorite blue blocking glasses? Like where and how do you get them?
Dude, I mean, I hear
Amazon's
hear people talking about their Felix Grays or whatever. It's like, dude, like I'd rather just go buy the $20 pair.
Yeah,
on
I don't know though. I almost feel like because I've tried out some that are like a little bit more expensive, like the movement ones, and I mean they're not too much more expensive, but I feel like the fit feels better. The fit feels I feel like whatever's comfortable, like most comfortable for you to wear, that actually does block blue light. That's
Right.
important because it's something that you actually need to wear.
If it's too uncomfortable, you're not.
Yeah,
Gonna
you're
wear
not gonna wear
Yeah.
it.
And you got your TV, your phone, your computer.
Yeah.
Everything
all
has
these
blue
different
light.
things.
Like
You do get fitted before you order them, right?
what?
No.
No.
Well, everybody has different size schools, so that's what I assumed.
Well, yeah. Typically, they have like different sizes that you can order, especially with
Connor's
like
got a big.
I've got a large head.
especially with movement.
Let's get you the extra large
So-
movement glasses.
Just get him some goggles that he can strap to his head.
Guys, let me just say I'm very proud of that because a lot of the top singers have big heads, big craniums. So
Wait, are you a singer?
I can hold a high note. You know?
Okay.
Okay.
I've heard his opera. It's pretty good.
All right. After 3 years.
Oh, because
being
of
your
massaging
college
his
roommate,
quads, Dave.
Whatever.
I've heard you sing in the shower. Okay.
What about the last 3 days?
I don't know, man.
I've made improvements. Okay.
Did you become a world-renowned vocalist in the last 3 days?
Continuous and never-ending
That's so funny.
improvement, Josh.
I heard about your nonsense, but nothing so cool.
All right, we got a
Lead
picture of Van
singer is-
Halen.
lead singer.
Josh is like awkward.
Yeah.
So go to Amazon for your blue blocking glasses, and
and
you'll
go
save
to
a lot more money.
and go to Whoop.
So
Whoop,
what else helps with recovery besides besides sleep? What
Listen,
else?
so what I do, I just listen to my body. Like if I have like a hard leg workout and like right after the workout I eat a ton of food, I'm like, okay, my recovery is going to be long. I can tell my recovery is going to be long because my body's craving way more food than I usually need.
So how do you teach that to people?
So
Get
That-
a coach like the Whoop Strap.
yeah, well yeah, you definitely need a coach. You definitely need a coach, but
Or a personal trainer like Trev.
yeah, you definitely need a. I feel like majority of people do need personal trainers. I mean, even a lot of like.
I would agree with that. The only time I've lost weight in my life is when I have a personal
Yeah,
trainer.
yeah, because I mean, they just help you. They just
They do.
they're
It's
they're
the
literally
motivation,
just a
the
coach to
the
help you through things.
accountability, The knowledge.
I think even if you are a knowledgeable athlete and you've been doing it for a while, it's good to get a coach to do your programming.
Mm-hmm.
Having someone else do your programming is the strongest I've ever been is when I paid for someone to do my programming for me. I actually used MASH Elite, a coach by the name of Matt Shiver. Still good friends with him today. I was in college and I put it all on a credit card. It was like $80. It was like $80 a month. I was like, dude, I'm gonna graduate in a year and I'll pay this off. And it worked. Yeah, I did. So, and it was worth it. I was like, dude, I keep on training so hard and I hurt myself, and I train hard and I hurt myself. I'm gonna get a coach. And basically, he was like, yeah, dude, you're training too hard. I'm like, I know, but it's easier for me when I have someone else do the programming, or I can do the programming myself, but in advance look at it like basically a large macro cycle and then break it down into 4-week or 5-week microcycles, and you can actually do your progressive overload and then deload, progressive overload and deload, and when it's actually on the page, how much you actually need to do, then mentally I can check it off, and then I feel accomplished. If I just go to the gym and I'm like, I'm gonna, kill it today, then you burn yourself out, and you overtrain. You do too much.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Most of the people I see in the gym are not overtraining. How do I put this nicely? They are training like wussies.
If it's
our podcast, we don't have to be nice.
it's just
How
like
do
it's just
you
like most
know?
things in life. If it's uncomfortable, most people won't do it.
Right. Most people at the gym are on the exercise bike, watching the TV half-heartedly,
Doing curls, watching girls on the elliptical.
It's very elliptical. It's very, very casual, and they don't know when to start it up and really, really push for the weight, or to just bring it down and leave a few reps in reserve, like you said.
I'd see about 80% of people in the gym need to kick their ass in gear and actually train hard, which would probably be helpful for them to get a trainer or a training partner who's a little
Just
bit.
another reason why you
push
need a
them.
trainer.
They'll spend like 3 hours there, and half that's on the cell phone. And then they feel like they've had a good workout.
Oh, it's terrible.
You could just go and do an intense workout. You're done in 30 minutes, and then get on with your life.
Yep.
So we
Go
have
home and do
a
some frickin' meal prep.
we have an individual at the MAC. He was actually on the Oregon State baseball team. Shout out, go Beavs! 3-time world champion. Let's go. But he's in his 50s now, and he's the most scrawny, skinniest dude I've ever seen that works out. And he's actually a janitor that works nights, and so he only has 2 days off. But during the 2 days, he actually spends 8 hours at the gym, quote unquote, working out.
Wow.
His favorite thing to do is to load up 500 pounds in the squat rack.
Dang.
He will unrack it, hold it for 10 seconds, then rack it, and then he will sit in the corner and watch whatever girl is squatting. Very awkwardly, because he has the newspaper in front of his face, and he's looking over the top of the newspaper. I will get people to vouch for this. I am not making this up. And he obviously is just looking at her ass the whole time.
He's not discreet.
Not discreet at all. And then about 15 minutes later, there's only 3 squat racks there. He's taken up a squat rack. 15 minutes later, he gets up, unracks the 495, holds it for about 10 seconds. I don't know how he hasn't blown out a disc yet, because he does no business doing that. Racks it again. Flares out his fake lat syndrome. Struts like a peacock over to the corner, sits down, crosses his legs, starts reading
Invisible lat syndrome.
the newspaper again, not so subtly staring at another girl's ass.
Yeah.
Now, then he will come over to the desk. And he will start talking to whoever's behind the desk about his, 2 hours down in this workout today, another 6 hours to go. He's there consistently every week, twice a week for 8 hours, spends 16 hours per week in the gym. But he only works out for maybe half an hour twice a week.
That blows my mind.
So a couple things here. He doesn't have a plan. He's exercising. He's not really training. And he's kind of just like treating it as a leisure time, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, there's worse things he could be doing. But on the other hand, like, dude,
He's not doing much.
what are
He's
you
not doing much.
doing, bro? Why are you in the gym 8 hours doing random shit?
We got a guy at my gym, Lloyd Athletic Club, and he comes in 2-3 times a week, and he goes into the squat rack, and he's either doing overhead press or squats, and it takes him 2 hours to get up to 315. And I'm just like 315, and that's not overhead press. He goes up to maybe like, I mean, he's a pretty strong kid, but the thing is, like, it's like we don't have that many squat racks. We have 2, and he's taking up one of them. It's a pretty small gym, pretty low key gym, and he's taking up one of them for 2 hours.
Jeez, man.
It's like I need to get this guy's phone number and I need to ask him when he's going into the gym so I know, like, hey, I can't do legs today because he's going to be taking a squat rack.
Oh, man. Yeah.
It's not very courteous.
No, it's not.
It's sad, and I'd almost rather see that, someone who just really enjoys being at the gym and working out. Like, it's okay.
He's
like,
not working out. He walks. So he does one set. He does a lap around the entire gym. Then sits right by the squat rack on his phone.
Is he checking out girls too?
Does a set, and then does all of that over again until he finally gets up to his whatever working set is, and it's not really that much weight, and he's been doing the same amount of weight for the whole 6 months that I was there.
Jeez.
And it's just like, dude.
The thing that kills me is the guys that hurt themselves, and you can just tell they're gonna hurt themselves, and. At some point, if they're rainbow back deadlifting, I will tell them something because I don't want them to go get spinal surgery. But we had a guy when I was at Exos, and every coach in the gym had tried to tell him, dude, if you keep squatting like this, you are going to blow something out. You are going to hurt yourself. He would come in. He was wearing, he was always wearing these hyper dunk basketball shoes. And he would wear the mask that makes, that's hard to breathe.
Altitude mask?
The altitude
elevation mask.
Right, and then he would put Beats on. This is when Beats were still cool. And he would just blast it so you could hear the music coming from the Beats like you could legit understand the lyrics from 10 feet away.
That's dumb.
And over the top of the gym music. And he would put 225 on the bar. The most atrocious squat form I've ever seen in my life, valgus lordotic posture, so his low back is super arched, his knees are caving in, and he's squatting on his toes, his heels are completely off the ground, 225, does a set of 5, and then works up to, dude's genetically a beast somehow. I don't know how he did it as long as he did. Works up to 450 for a set of 5, squatting on his toes.
With that same form?
Same form.
Oh my lord.
Knees caving in, valgus, lordotic back, super, overarched back, belly falling out,
Yikes.
on his toes, 450 for a set of 5, and then proceeds to rainbow back deadlift the exact same weights, the exact same reps. He did this every Tuesday for probably 8 weeks until we didn't see him one time, and we heard he had called out for work because he hurt his back. They all worked at Exos. It was on the Adidas campus. They were all Adidas employees. But it was there was 5 coaches there. Every single one of us had told him, dude, you are going to end up in the hospital if you don't fix your form. And he was so stiff and dysfunctional, he couldn't do a body weight squat.
Jeez.
So he would have to load up this ridiculous amount of weight just to push him down into to depth, but he didn't have the ankle mobility to be able to do that either, so he's on his toes.
Shit,
He had no business doing that
no
deadlift.
ankle mobility, but the thing is I broke my shit. So.
Oh man. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. So I feel it, but the thing is I can still get an average depth squat, which is fine. I can't go ass to grass like I used to, but
Hey, we're you and me both, buddy.
yeah.
One day.
Hip reconstruction, it's a slow process coming back from that.
Thank you, cheerleading.
That guy with the rainbow back deadlift who got hurt is a great example of somebody who needs a coach, personal trainer, to guide them in the right direction to actually progress and not do that terrible form that will get you hurt.
Most women that I see end up getting way better form than men because women tend to be like, I probably don't know how to do this. I will find someone to help me learn how to do it well. And guys hate to read the directions, hate to get a coach, just want to go, dude.
I did this in high school, dude. I got this.
Yeah, have you seen the videos of high school weight rooms lately? There was another video that made me extremely angry the other day of a kid. He probably was a freshman, and he has the whole football team around him.
Oh, I've seen this.
225 on the bar, rainbow back over, does you can't call it a clean. It's a reverse curl rainbow back deadlift with 225.
And the whole team's hyping him up.
And then the whole team hypes him up and slaps him on the back.
Yeah, it was put on SportsCenter or something like that.
Yeah, they put it on SportsCenter. Guys, that form was so bad he could actually be in the hospital after it.
SportsCenter put that up.
Yep.
There-
Oh, I've seen.
It was either like House of Highlights.
Who's
or
that
SportsCenter.
coach? Who's that strength coach? Who's that football coach?
I've seen him in the gym when he sees somebody with a personal trainer, and the personal trainer is not paying attention because they're on their freaking cell phone or something like that, and the guy has bad form, and the look on your face because you're just horrified. And there were times where you stepped in, and it's just like, and then there's that stepping over toes of another personal trainer. But
Yeah.
sometimes you just got to do the right thing, and hopefully, if the personal trainer is willing to listen and say, "Look,
It's really hard.
I would never just be like in front of the client, be like, "Hey, that's wrong," but I would be like, "Hey, can I talk to you about something?"
Yeah, just pull them aside.
And then I'll get them over in the corner and like go back by the drinking fountain or whatever, and I'll be like, "Bro,
You need to help them
before
they get injured and you're fired.
Fix that so that either they're gonna not, if they get injured, they're not gonna come back, or they're gonna sue you and the gym."
Right.
So
exactly."
You're looking at what's best for that trainer.
Yeah. And that's a good thing about boot camps too, because during the boot camp you can actually do this is correct form for this, this is correct form for that, because you've done that before too. And I love that you got 10, 15 people in front of you, and you're teaching them how to do a deadlift, teaching them how to do a proper this, that. It's a really nice thing. So that's a good thing when you have a group of people, just teaching them form.
yeah, and then they can help each other, and
Yeah.
that's the way to do
But
it.
the proper form is so important, because when you jack up your shoulder and you're out for 6 weeks, it messes everything up.
Oh yeah,
Oh man,
It's not fun.
it's like COVID-19
Yeah.
all over again.
2 months.
So if you're planning
for 10 weeks.
if you're planning on starting up a workout program, get a trainer, because you don't want a setback because you just had a 3-month setback.
Or
Nice
get
way
the
off.
Blue Collar Fitness training app that will walk you through with videos how to do each exercise, and has customized exercise just for you based on your own movement screen that you had to perform with us over Skype.
By the time we figure out how to make a podcast, it will be available.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Available for you.
Coming to a app store near you.
Yeah, coming soon.
Blue Collar Fitness. Get fit with us podcast. That was terrible.
Training guide, Blue Collar Fitness training guide for you with your own assessment through Skype or any kind of app. Huh?
Coming this summer to a app store near you.
If we knew how to record podcasts, we'd be the best in the world. Right, guys?
We have our intro. Can we play our intro? Will it sound good on the phone or something, or no?
I feel
Should
like
we surprise people?
they've heard the intro before this episode.
Oh shit! Okay, I'm
But
old.
like,
I'm old. Don't judge me.
we're old, and
we just heard the intro last night at midnight.
we
Okay,
had
it was
we had the pleasure of hearing our intro with a little bit of added music,
awesome.
and it was awesome. So I
We
just
hope you guys liked the intro. If you didn't, you probably turned this podcast off already.
so bye. But yeah, I want to thank our friends and family and everybody else for listening to the podcast. And yeah, the intro it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, guys, hit us up on social media if there's anything that we could provide you guys with in terms of information or topics.
Josh, what's your Instagram handle?
Instagram handle is SargeJosh. That is SargeJosh. And we also have our podcast handle, which is Blue Collar Fit Podcast.
Blue Collar Fit Podcast.
Connor,
Mine is Mr. Connor Burton.
Mine is T Chase Powers.
T Chase Powers.
Chase Powers.
What about you, Dave?
Mine is Dave.Shep.
If you guys got fitness related questions, we will either have the answer for you or find the answer for you.
And we're excited to continue learning ourselves and bring our lessons that we've learned through our trials and errors in fitness and life coaching and all that to help everybody out.
We are 3 personal trainers and a life coach, all here for you.
And how about why don't we just plug our websites too, because that's a good place for resources. Josh, you've had your website up for a while now.
JoshSargent.com since 2014, baby. Let's go.
And mine is ConnorBurtonTraining.com.
We're updated.
And mine
3
is
years ago.
tpowersfit.com.
Dave.
tpowersfitness.com.
My website is potentialineveryone.com.
Potentialineveryone.com.
Because I see potential in all 3 of you.
We see
Well, I
potential.
hope so.
I see
It's
potential
not
in
just
our
like that Pinocchio
fourplex.
commercial either.
Oh,
I'm not lying.
There's a good meme. I'm not going to share it right now. Not in front of the people.
You look a lot different than your picture here. Yeah, that was a professional photo. It was for modeling.
That's my website. Yep. It was years ago.
Those are the best commercials I've seen in a long time. Perfect.
awesome.
So, I think that does it.
Yeah, that does it.
That
Thanks, y'all.
completes our podcast. Thank you for
guys have a
listening.
great day.